My name is Tobias, machine learning scientist and software engineer at Wikelski. In this tutorial I would like to give you an overview of Firetail 9. Our very first tutorial on the basic Firetail concepts was released in early 2021 and a lot of things have changed by then. Many features have been added, many workflows have been improved, and therefore it's about time for an update. Firetail is designed for real-time visuals and for the annotation of modern tracking data. The largest resource of movement data available is Movebank, with thousands of hosted research projects around the globe. A lot of them are openly accessible. The Movebank API is embedded in Firetail as its primary resource of data. You can synchronize your tags, individuals and deployments, and inspect your tag feed data. Firetail has a wide range of use cases from field observation to lab analysis. Let's start with some basic steps, in particular accessing and syncing Movebank data and time navigation. When starting Firetail, you will see a couple of sample projects from the Movebank Data Repository, which is a great archive of published study data in terms of comparative analysis or result replication. From the screen you can quickly access the Firetail manual, services, social media and a few datasets for a quick start. When you roll over a project for about a second, you will see the project's download size, authors, citation and the abstract of the associated paper. This view also provides you with links to the original paper or journal that published the data. For a start, I will choose the albatross tracks near the Galapagos Islands by Dodge et al. This dataset has no associated acceleration sensors and the download size is roughly 5 MB. Let's start with an overview of the Firetail interface. The tabs on the left link to the most important components of Firetail. In its Open Studies section, Firetail provides a tree-like overview of all open data. The core component of Firetail, of course, is the map viewport. By default, the map content is streamed from the Firetail OpenStreetMap server. Basic navigation is very intuitive. To zoom in, you use the mouse wheel and click and drag to pan the map. You can press C to show coordinates next to a tag or L to show or hide its label. To change the type of the map, we can use the layer option in the main menu. For example, this Modus overlay will provide seawater chlorophyll concentration as a heat map. If you use the current time handle to scroll through the data, you will see that this is a time-dependent resource. For now, let's switch to the static yet high-resolution Bing map. In case you expect to be out in the field with no internet for a couple of weeks, remember to store some regions on your mobile device. You can do so by using Layer Download Current Map and choose a maximum zoom level. On the right, the Event Data section provides you with additional sensor data, like temperature, height and speed. Via right-click, you can deselect or select sensor types to focus on specific event types. Again, use the mouse wheel to zoom and use mouse dragging to focus on a specific time window. Press Ctrl and drag in the event window to set a threshold for a selection, for example, to select all regions that are below a given speed. Using the smaller equal or greater than buttons up here lets you decide whether you want to select data below or above the threshold. This can be pretty handy for the annotation of projects. For now, observe the result on the map. Double-clicking in the events will jump to the respective point in time in the navigation such that all data is synchronized. Often, you wish to follow a trajectory on the map. To do this, select Follow. Now, when moving the navigation bar, the map viewport will follow the current track position. Say you found an interesting aspect and want to save a set of individuals and selected times. You can simply bookmark this position and time and add a short comment. Of course, bookmarks can be exported and shared. Note that the bookmarks save a current timestamp, but also an interval surrounding this timestamp. Firetail uses these intervals for precise navigation. Let's zoom in a bit and select two locations on the trajectory via double-click. You can observe the time offset on the main navigation. Now I will choose the earlier location as interval start by clicking on the opening bracket. Then choose the second location as interval end. Now the main navigation is focused on this interval as indicated by the blue timestamps. I will reset the interval for now using the double arrow and reset any previous selection by selecting some empty space. Sometimes you may want to replay your data, usually not in real time. Therefore, you can choose the speed or an overall time for replay. Currently, we have seen the complete track. Usually, it makes more sense to draw firetails of a given length by choosing an interval, say 12 hours. Let's rewind and press play to see the data in action and select an arbitrary set of individuals to observe interactions. Fine, and now you should have seen some basic tools that Firetail ships with. Now, let's open a specific deployment from Movebank that includes acceleration data. I use the file Open Movebank by Deployment menu entry, enter my credentials and see all my available projects. Let's filter to all studies that contain the substring bats and choose straw-colored fruit bats. Then, among all deployments, I will choose 1079. We can now choose if we want to update the project, select a specific time range, or download the complete data. In this case, I will start with the complete deployment and overwrite locally cached files. This project features acceleration burst data, and Firetail can show it in full sync with GPS fixes. Similar to event data, you can zoom into the data, double-click and pan to navigate the bursts. Annotations are covered in our FireSOM tutorials, yet I would like to give you a rough idea of what is possible. Let me start with a short selection of bursts via Shift-Select. Now let's assign some arbitrary category to this range. In this case, let's just stick with some layer and, I don't know, as category. Similarly, we can integrate a rough machine learning prediction using Firetail's FireSOM algorithm. Let's stick with the default settings for now and ignore the manifold parameters that are possible. A segmentation model is trained and the predicted categories are shown above the actual data. Although this would be where the fun starts, I guess we've already exceeded the idea of a basic tutorial quite a bit. Anyways, if you have a modern tech data set available and this tutorial has given you a rough idea of what Firetail can do for your project, then visit firetail.de and download our free version for Windows, Mac and Linux. Also have a look at our Firetail manual and follow us on wildlabs.net and Twitter, and of course see through our advanced tutorials. Stay curious and thanks for watching.